In this segment of the video, I'm going to show you how you can create dry embossing on your glassine bags. Now to do this, you're going to need your Big Shot and you're going to need the multi-purpose platform. You can see here there's tab 1, tab 2. I'm opening both tabs, so I want it on the innermost platform. And I'm just going to go ahead and slide this portion right into my Big Shot. The next thing I'm going to take is my crease pad. Now normally when you're doing embossing with the embossing folders, you wouldn't be using a crease pad, you would be using your cutting mat. In this case though, the glassine bag is very fragile and I don't want as much pressure as the cutting pad gives. Now as you notice, if you look at the glassine bag and you look at the embossing folder is smaller. So you can't fit your glassine bag in this way. You fit your glassine bag in this way, it's not going to emboss the whole area. So what I'm going to show you how to do with this polka dot folder is how to emboss the bag in two sections. Now the first thing you need to do when you look at your embossing folder is take a look at which side is the raised side and which side is the recessed side. So I want to take my bag, place my seam down on top of the raised side. And what I'm going to do is I'm aligning the end of my bag with the edge of my folder and then this side with the inner crease. So then you can go ahead and you can fold your embossing folder closed like this. So I am going to lay that on my platform so you can see my embossing folder is going in sideways. I'm just going to hold that in place. Now the only other crease pad I have is my extended one, so that's the one I'm going to use. I'm just going to place it on top and then carefully remove the hand that was holding the embossing folder closed. So now that you've done this, you can start to slide this forward and then take your wheel and put it through the rest of the way. And you can hear the crackling as you put the glassine bag through. So I'm going to bring my platform back and I'm now going to open this up and I'm going to slide my glassine bag down. And what I want to do now is I want to keep this edge aligned with the inner fold of my folder, and I want to line up the edge of my folder with one row of the dots. So once I've done that, I'm now going to go ahead and put this back on my crease pad. I'm going to put my extended crease pad on top and then I'm going to push that through. And then you can now see that you have your embossed glassine bag. Now this is very delicate and it does tend to stick, so as you are opening it, you just want to do so carefully like this. And that's all there is to embossing the glassine bags. In the next segment of the video, I'll show you how to incorporate it into your project. In this last segment of the video, I'm going to show you how to put it all together. So as you can see, I've taken Stampin' Up's medium cello bag and I've put a couple of cookies inside. The reason I did this rather than put my cookies directly into the glassine bag is because I don't want any grease from the cookies to stain the glassine. So I'm just going to slide that into the bag, and then all I want to do is to fold the end of my bag over. Now if you want, you can secure this closed. I'm not going to because the ribbon's going to hold it closed. So once you've done that, you can set that aside for a second and grab your ribbon. This is 1-inch real red double stitch grosgrain ribbon. I've got a 15.5-inch piece. And what I want to do, I'm going to fold this just a little bit more. What I want to do is to lay my glassine bag across it. And I want the ends to overlap a little bit, and I actually think for the size that I folded this bag down to, I cut my ribbon a little bit too long. So that's probably good. So once you have your bag placed correctly, the way you want it, you're going to take your snail adhesive and you just want to run some snail adhesive along the end of the ribbon like so. You can then go ahead and take your ribbon and fold it over the bag. So I'm just going to line the edges like this, and then I'm going to stick the ribbon down like so. So you can see this is now holding the bag closed. Next thing I want to do is to add my embellishment. To do that, I am going to use one of Stampin' Up's pop-up glue dots. So I'm just going to pull that right off the roll, and I want to stick it to the back of my chipboard heart, like so. Now the nice thing about doing it this way is it's strong enough to hold it onto the ribbon, but then afterwards the recipient of this gift can actually pull this whole thing off and use it as an element for another card or project that they do. And then you simply press that to your ribbon, then reach underneath your ribbon and just squeeze the ribbon and the glue dots. You can see I've reached under and I'm just giving it a squeeze like that. And there you have it. Your project is done. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I look forward to stamping with you again.